Hello and welcome to the second episode of the Richard Donaldson Show. And before we get into it, I need to ask each and every single one of you to please leave a comment, subscribe, like, maybe leave a review if you're listening on Spotify, Apple, or Amazon, because all of that really helps this show to grow. And grow we must, because I've been told many times, bigger is always better, apparently. I don't want to talk about that. Don't make it weird. So episode 2, I hear you say, where is episode 1? I made it weird. I don't know why I said to you, don't make it weird. I'm the only one speaking. I need to get used to doing this. So where is episode 1? Well, my last one was actually taken down. Now I'm still fighting to get it back up properly, but essentially it was up for 24 hours and it got taken down from Spotify, Amazon, iHeartRadio, all these different platforms at the same time. Now I got in touch with the website that you upload your podcast to, and they told me, I'm going to get the emails up on the screen here, right? It all got taken down at the same time. And they emailed me to say that this is to inform you that your podcast, The Richard Donaldson Show, has been deleted from the platform. The podcast was reported for copyright infringement, and our quality department has confirmed this based on the content within the podcast. Now, I am me. There is no other me. Thank the Lord. I'm Richard Donaldson. It's the Richard Donaldson Show. So who put a copyright infringement claim in? We don't know. However, it was upheld. They deleted the entire show, not just the episode. The entire show was deleted. So I emailed them back and I said, look, what's going on? I don't understand why this would have been the case, why it's been deleted. And they emailed me back, and I put it up on the screen here. If you're watching this and not just listening, you'll be able to see. Unfortunately, your organisation, Richard Donaldson, has been blocked for the following reason. The following reason is as such. Unknown reason. And then they had the fucking cheek to put best regards at the end of it. Wild. Now, we went back and forth a little bit. I won't show you all the emails and bore you with all of it. But the guy who's been helping me out, he does his own podcast. He's very, very good, very knowledgeable. He's been doing it for years. He has never seen a podcast that get taken down for a copyright infringement. At worst, what they do is if there's a piece of music or a piece of footage that you use, which we didn't, and they don't like it, it's copyrighted. What they do is they just blank that bit out and leave the episode up, or they'll send you a warning or something like that. To delete the entire podcast is not normal. It's not what happens. And to further back this up, the website that I uploaded it to, and then obviously they distribute it to all these different places, wherever you're listening from, Spotify, Apple, etc. They had no reason, they had no knowledge of it being taken down, and they didn't know why it had been taken down. Because I emailed them, they put it back up, they said, really sorry, don't know what's happened, we don't know why it's been taken down, we don't know who's taken it down, it just doesn't exist anymore. So, spoke to them, got it back up. I'm still waiting for the episode to go live. They've told me it will happen within the next 24 hours. It might be up if you're listening now. I said, thank you very much for putting it up. And they said, Rich, thank you for following up. I'm glad to see your podcast has been reinstated. I'm glad to see it's been reinstated. Well, if you've not reinstated it, who has? To be transparent with you, our team is still looking into the details of what happened and why the copyright claim was triggered in the first place. Once we have more information, we'll follow up with you directly. In the meantime, please feel free to continue using your account as normal. And if you notice any other issues, don't hesitate to let me know. Best regards. So they don't know. They do not know why my podcast was taken down. And they are the ones who host the podcast. Very, very, very strange. Very strange. Please feel free to continue using your account as normal. If you notice any other issues, don't hesitate to let me know. Best regards. So they don't even know why they took it down, who triggered the complaint, or anything. It's absolutely wild. So yeah, I'm waiting for the first episode to be re-uploaded. It should be up by the time you listen to this, it should be back up, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, that's what happened to episode 1. Please go back and have a listen. I'm with Bruce Unfiltered. It's a fantastic discussion. I love Bruce Unfiltered. Really good, really knowledgeable. He's a good guy. Bit of a bellend, but he's a good guy. We love him. So let's get into the show. So this week, I'm going to start with the absolute head case that is Nerinda Keur. It's core, isn't it? Like rotten to the core. Nerinda Keur. Well, she said that anyone attending a Tommy Robinson march is racist. She even went on to condemn Sharon Osbourne. Let's take a look.
Well, in news that surprises no one, Sharon Osbourne says she'll be attending the far-right Tommy Robinson march. And I'm sorry, but you don't get to say, I'm not a racist, but I am going to go on Tommy Robinson's march. I'm not saying she has said that, but the people who do, and if she says that, you are a racist. It's just my opinion. You are entitled to go. You're entitled to your point of view. And my point of view is, if you align with a march alongside someone like Tommy Robinson, who is known for his racist and Islamophobic narrative and rhetoric, and people who go on his march are known for that. In my opinion, you know exactly what you're marching for, and you do not get to tell me that you're not a racist because you're worried about something else. Sorry, not on my watch. I know what you're about, and that's okay. But please accept that's what I think of you. You actually don't even have to, whatever. But Sharon Osbourne, what an absolute bellend. Honestly, you disgust me.
She is an idiot, man. Like, she is a full-on idiot. Like, I like the way she says march. The Tommy Robinson, like, it scratches apart my brain. Tommy Robinson march. I love the way she says it. It's mint. Everything else about her is absolutely shocking. Now, I did invite Nerinda to come on the show so that we could discuss this. She got really vocal in my comment section, but then she went all shy when I asked her to come on the show and have a proper discussion. So I'll say what I have to say in her absence. Now, Tommy's marches are attended by people from all backgrounds. I've been there. I've seen it. I've witnessed it. They have consistently been attended by white, brown, black, Chinese, Jewish, you name it. People from all over turn up. Not just people from all over the UK, people from all over the world turn up to Tommy's marches. It's literally called Unite the Kingdom. And this is where the rhetoric really, really crumbles. Because while we consistently see people from all races turn up to so-called right-wing protests, marches, rallies, whatever we decide to hold on the right, we have people from every background turn up. I want you to head to Google after this and go and look at the Stand Up to Racism and Hope Not Hate events. They're only ever attended by, if we're being honest, fat, white, facial pierced, blue-haired, they-thems. It's mostly women. It's white liberal women that turn up. I mean, there are men that turn up too, and when you look at them, you just know that they fucking cry after sex. Like the proper cuckold types, you know the ones I mean? My point is this. The marches that the left call racist are often attended by all kinds of races. So who are we meant to be racist against? How can all these different people turn up, but all be racist? Against who? I suppose the lazy argument is, well, you're racist against Islam because that's what you're standing against, radical Islam. But Islam's not a race. There's people from all kinds. There's like so many different countries have got Islam. Africa's got Islam. Oh my God, I can't think of it. You know, Pakistan's got Islam. Like, Islam's everywhere. It's absolutely everywhere. So it's not a racial thing. It's an ideological thing. But that's not even why UTK is happening this year. Tommy himself has said it's because he wants a general election. He wants to force a general election. So what is she going on about? Maybe, just maybe, all she's really doing is putting that video out to get clicks and likes and shares and remain relevant. Because I've seen her on TV and I thought, oh, she's quite famous. I've got more followers than her. She's a no one. So what she does is, like so many people, and I've met so many people, and I'm now aware of so many people who do this online, they just post bullshit, man, to get clicks, likes, maybe get a few followers, get a bit of attention. They love it. They thrive off it. And this Nerinda Keur is definitely one of those people. It doesn't make sense. This whole argument is breaking down. The racism card just doesn't work anymore. It doesn't work anymore. No one falls for it. She's pushing an outdated narrative. People aren't falling for it anymore. And that's that, quite frankly. Next up, protests have erupted in Epsom. Now, there were reports last week that a woman was raped by a group of men outside a local church. Now, the victim, who is said to be in her 20s, was followed by several men after leaving the Labyrinth nightclub in Epsom. And she was then sexually assaulted. Now, a group of protesters have gathered in the town demanding the descriptions of the men from the police, because the police, well, they've refused. They've said they're not going to release the descriptions of the men. Once again, British police have point blank refused to release any information. However, online, personality, in fact, I'm going to go back. I'm going to show you this next clip first, because there is a guy who I know. He's a really good guy. He investigates people. He investigates things. He was part of the intelligence services back in the day. I think until recently he was still working with them. But this guy is very aware. He has his sources. He knows what he's going on about. Now, his name is Jaok. If you go online and search up like Jaok Investigates, Jaoc Investigates, you'll find him. Like I say, I know him personally. He is a man who has his sources. He has worked with the intelligence services here in the UK. And he said the following. Watch this.
This is for the good people of Epsom and everybody else that's watching this. The young lady who was 20, who was gang raped on Saturday by men in flip-flops. They didn't leave a pool party. They were illegal immigrants. There are 4 of them. The police had put out a statement saying they don't know who they are yet. The police are lying. The police know there's 4. They know who they are. And when they arrest them, they're going to turn around and say they're under 18, so they can't be named. The police are lying. Police can come and arrest me if they like. Now is the time for action. Hold them accountable. Illegal migration is killing our country. I'll do another video about that shortly. But I can tell you 100% the police know who the 4 are. The police will arrest them and claim they're under 18, and they're not. Don't be gaslit. The good people of Epsom go to the police station, demand justice. And I'm not asking people to riot or take into their own hands, because then I would be held accountable. But what I'm telling you is the police are lying. And if police want to arrest me for stating that, we'll have a court case. And the court case will showcase they're lying. Police are lying. They know who they are. 4 of them. So for justice for this young lady, and we have to stop this. We have to stop these politicians fudging with police and stop the whole cycle of the satanic group that are trying to kill all of us, the good people, invading our country, in Parliament not doing the job, pontificating about all the other things that are not important. It's all theatre. We need to make sure Labour, the Greens and the Lib Dems don't get in next election. It doesn't matter who you vote for, but don't allow them in. Allow them in and we're goosed. We need them out. I don't care whether it's Reform, Conservatives, whoever it's going to be. It cannot be the Greens, Lib Dems and Labour. Do not let them in. Police in Surrey, you're lying. 4 men, illegal migrants, flip-flops. That girl needs justice. And we need to hold you accountable for lying to the public. Maloffence in office. There'll be a court case coming soon, I'm sure. We'll sue you.
I think when someone, particularly in the UK at the moment, is willing to say publicly, if I'm wrong, come and arrest me, then you know that they are able to back up every single word. And the worst thing is, or well, one of the worst things, I don't even know anymore, is that it's not even surprising, is it? Like, we see that footage, we listen to what he's saying, and this guy, okay, I'll give you a little bit of a background on Jaok. You can go on his website, you can see all of this. This is the guy. Do you remember when The Shield first came out, Chris Hargreaves? This is the guy that did an investigation into Chris Hargreaves from the Shield and put all the information out to show that Chris Hargreaves, you know, he had a really seedy past. He's had tons of complaints from women. He used to run that resort where he would get women into the resort who had supposedly been victims of violent and sexual crimes. And it was alleged and supported by quite a lot of evidence, actually, quite a lot of testimony, that he potentially took advantage of these women. And when Chris Hargreaves first came out, it was around the same sort of time that I started launching my activism. And so many people said, oh, you need to team up with Chris Hargreaves. And I went online and I didn't really look into him. I saw some of his videos and what he was all about. And I thought, okay, yeah, it seems like a good idea. But there was just something that didn't sit right with Chris. And unbeknownst to me, this guy, Jayok, he was investigating Chris in the background. And the information that Jayok put out was so damning that Chris Hargreaves then essentially went on the run. I think he's still in like Europe somewhere. He's stood down from the Shield. He's no longer the director. He's packed it in and fled, essentially. So this Jayok, he knows what he's doing. Now, I only really I've never met Jayok, but we only spoke the first time. He called me up. We got chatting, and he said, you know, yeah, I've looked into you as well, Rich. And, you know, when you go through the airport scanners and you know you've not got a Glock in your pocket, but you think, oh, my God, what if I've got a Glock in my pocket? Like, you know you've done nothing wrong. And I was like my heart sank a little bit because he's Jayok. Like, he looks into people. Do you know what I mean? And lo and behold, nothing wrong. He didn't find anything. Otherwise, he would have plastered me all over the social media. He is a man of integrity. He looks into these things. And whilst I don't think he gave too much information away there, I can personally attest to the fact that if he says he has the information, he has the information. Please trust me on that. He has the information. Going back to what I was just saying, the worrying thing is, this isn't even surprising. Like, we've seen lies from the police, government, from anyone with any bit of power, and we see it time and time again, don't we? They lie to us, they gaslight us, and withhold information. Why are they protecting these men? If I had it my way, any man, I don't care about race, religion, I don't care about, well, I do because I don't like Islam. I don't care. Any man who is able to do something like that to a woman should be hung up. I don't care. Now, of course, a proper trial does need to be had. They need to investigate. But when it's a celebrity, or when it's a white man, if we're being perfectly honest, when it's basically anyone other than a potential, you know, minority or a migrant or whatever it is, their faces, anyone else has their faces and names plastered everywhere. But when it comes to, oh, well, it might be a migrant, chances are it's an ethnic minority. It's like, oh no, let's really protect these people. Let's keep them safe. Let's keep them hidden. Let's shield them from the outside world until the moment when we absolutely have to release the details. The moment it might be a freeloading third worlder that's come here on a banana boat, they protect them. And we all know, don't we? Like, the moment we see these things happen, reports of a sexual assault or a rape or a stabbing, a murder, I've seen it loads of times where you go on social media and like the local police force have updated their Facebook status. Oh, there's been a stabbing in this area. Can anyone with details come forward? And everyone's like, are you even going to give any details on like who the perpetrator is supposed to be? And they don't, unless it's a white man. And then they do. Or a woman. But you don't really see that very much, do you? Anyone who carries out actions like these men have carried out are disgusting and demonic, and I don't believe they even deserve the air in their lungs. And anyone working to protect them is no better. Now, what I also find equally disgusting is the fact that locals came out completely peacefully. Again, I'll put it on the screen. The locals came out completely peacefully, lawfully, as is their constitutional right, the right to protest. And look how the police responded.
They're getting pushed back. And everyone over here, hang on, wrong button. Everyone over here just took a step forward. They're taking a step back. They've took a step forward.
So nice of you to show up. I'd really like to thank you for attending today. Sorry, police. If we can have more of this on a Friday night, maybe you'll protect our young man himself.
Traitors! Enjoy it! Enjoy your life! Come on! Traitors!
I'll stop it there because for anyone who's just listening or watching, all you're hearing is a load of noise. But the police turned out as a show of force in full riot gear because local mums and dads have come out and peacefully asked for answers. Does anyone else think it's strange how when Antifa come out and start kicking off, as we've seen time and time again, soft policing seems to be the answer? We've seen them come out and kick off and smash things up, and the police don their fucking rainbow flags and dance and sing with them. But when concerned parents come out, retail workers, lorry drivers, dinner ladies, builders, just regular folk who say, look, you know, we just want a bit of accountability here. We just want to feel safe. We just want to protect our children. We want our children to be safe. They're instantly demonized. They're instantly labeled far right and racist, and we are instantly met with the police, the stormtroopers of the state in their full riot gear. These are just concerned parents, concerned citizens. These are people who say, look, we want answers. We don't want this happening in our towns, in our cities. We just want to live our lives, man. We just want to be safe. And that's how the police respond. Full riot gear. Now, last year, after the horrific scenes from Stockport, where 3 little angels were slaughtered by Axel Ruda-Cabana, those same people, concerned, scared, angry citizens, parents, came out to protest and were immediately beaten, pepper sprayed and attacked by the local police. And I don't care what anyone says. Yes, we all saw the footage of people, you know, smashing up the hotels and doing, quite frankly, ridiculous things, dangerous things, things that should never happen. The reason it was all sparked was because of the way the police were interacting with the public. Because the moment the public came out and said enough is enough, the police go to town. We've seen it time and time again. People go out, they voice their concerns, they stand up, and they get attacked by the very police forces that are supposed to serve and protect us. On the flip side of this, though, we saw groups of Muslims take to the streets armed with machetes and baseball bats, and the police essentially retreated and asked them to please consider stopping. The police actually met with a local imam and asked him to ask the Muslims to please go and put their weapons back in the local mosque. And no one thought it was odd that the police even knew they were keeping machetes in the mosques. And they did nothing about it. We've had days in the UK, right, where we essentially have an amnesty and people have to hand in like meat cleavers, those old zombie knives, katanas, samurai swords, all that sort of stuff. But when the Muslims brought machetes out onto the streets, when it all kicked off, the police asked them, can you please go and put them back in the mosque? Please. Complete and utter two-tier policing, two-tier justice, and the police forces nationwide are disgusting. I wanted to join the police when I was younger. I am so fucking glad I didn't do it. They're brainwashed. I've got a family member who's in the police, okay? The moment I started with my activism, it was like, yeah, can't be involved with you, block, delete, gone. Yeah, family, nice one. They know what's happening. But their shitty little pension and their shitty little job where they get to bully people and push people around matters more to them. Completely and utterly indoctrinated. I'm ashamed of our police force. It used to be the creme de la creme, didn't it? It was like the police, British police were like, they were head and shoulders above everyone else. And now, they're an embarrassment. Worse than that. They're worse than embarrassing. They're disgusting. They really are. But God forbid you know, post something. Sorry, I went on a bit of a rant then. God forbid you should post something on Facebook, because that may lead to, you know, causing someone somewhere offence, and that'll land you in jail, won't it? Bring machetes out onto the streets, that's absolutely fine. But if you post something online that people don't like, well, or may cause offence, guess what? You're going to jail, quite frankly. I think these are just people who just want fairness, you know, they just want justice and answers, and, you know, they're being met with this kind of sort of state. That's what they are. They're state stormtroopers, aren't they? You know, go and put your machetes back. Oh, please go and put your machetes back in the mosque. Oh, please don't kick off again. Oh, go take them back. We're not going to take them off you. We're not going to take them off you. Can you just go and please put them back? So that if it kicks off again next time, or if one of you decides to go on the rampage, you can just whip it straight back out again. Anyway, enough about that. I can feel my blood pressure rising by the moment. It's not easy, this, you know, being in the UK right now. Have you ever noticed? Everyone's tired, man. Everyone's tired. I mean, I'm pale anyway, but everyone's pale. Everyone's tired. Everyone's fed up. Everyone's skint. It's awful, man. The UK at the minute is just, oh, man. I don't even know. It's awful. Absolutely awful. I'll tell you who it is awful for. My friend, Shaunyboy. His name is Sean. He calls himself Shaunyboy. He's on social media. He's absolutely everywhere. Go and type it in. I think he uses 2 N's and 2 Y's or something like that. I can't remember. Just type in Shaunyboy and it'll come up somewhere. I don't know. I'll put some links below if I can do that. Let me find this video of him because, well, I'll let him explain, actually.
There's no other way of me saying this other than I've been sacked from my job over my political views and my personal beliefs. I'm not mentioning the company, as that's not what this video is about, right? I just wanted to say that I've become another statistic to the ongoing list of people who have lost their jobs from publicly displaying their political views and beliefs, right? I was shocked when it happened, but do you know what? I'll bounce back, I always do, as I've always been a grafter. I graft 6 days a week for my family, and I'll keep speaking honestly about the issues I care about for my kids and the future of our country. I won't just sit by and be silenced when I see things going wrong. I've never set out to divide people, only to help in any ways that I can, right? I'll always stand up for what I believe in and highlight the things that I think are wrong. I don't spread misinformation, only facts with my opinions added, yeah? I don't ask anyone to agree with me, but I do believe Great Britain has been in a massive decline for a long while now, yeah? As I'm sure everyone else knows as well. I've got some amazing followers who I've met in real life, yeah, and become good friends with. And do you know what? I won't stop voicing my concerns and speaking the truth as I see it, because silence, it isn't an option when our kids' future is on the line. I'm a grafter, yeah? I'll keep grafting. And I'll always stand up for what I believe is right for our country.
Now, he's actually just texted me there. He's been on to ACAS and he's 63rd in the queue currently. So hopefully by this time next April, they'll get round to him. He's just lost his job because of his political views. He's outspoken on social media, but he doesn't say anything like he doesn't hate anyone. He just says, look, you know, we just want a country that we can be proud of. I wouldn't say he's particularly like hard right or anything like that, but he has been sacked because of his views. That's what they've said, his political views. He is a veteran like me. And Shaunyboy, who, mate, Sean, you need to change your name if you're watching. I mean, I know you're watching because I'm going to send it to you. But, mate, you need a more sophisticated name, don't you? You're in your 30s, Sean, right? Shaunyboy makes you sound like a failed rapper, like Sean Paul. Shaunyboy, like Sean has deployed in the past to hostile environments in the Middle East. I think he's done Iraq twice and Afghanistan once, or he's definitely done Iraq and Afghanistan. I'll have to check that with him. But this man put his life on the line in shithole countries selflessly. And now, because he has political opinions that go outside the approved narrative, he's jobless. He's a bum. He's lost his income. The very money that goes towards putting food in his children's tummy has been taken away from him. Now, doesn't it say so much that firstly, Sean has the name of a failed rapper, but also gets his barber to put a line in his hair? Sorry, Sean. And he's got a face tattoo. I reckon Shaunyboy would easily beat me up in a fight. I think any man that is willing to have someone carve a picture into their face is probably not someone you should insult on a night out. That's for sure. I also quite like Shauny's hair. I like the fact that on the one side of his head, he's clearly spent hours making it look so neat and tidy. Look.
There's no other way of me saying this other than I've been sacked from my job over my...
Like, he spent time getting that hair perfect on one side, but then on the other side, he's like, you know, he's got his wet look comb over, but then on the other side of his head, he's thought, fuck it, I'll just shave it off. I like that. I like that about Shaunyboy. Shauny, mate, please. It's just turned into me ripping Shaunyboy's bits. Please keep your chin up. I've been there. I know what it's like to lose your job for simply saying the truth, for speaking your mind. I know how that injustice feels. And I promise you, mate, this will fortify you. This will make you stronger. And I bet it will make you more determined than ever to push on and fight. That's the truth, because that's what it's done to me in the past when I've lost my job. Now, if anyone listening owns a crane operating company, because he's a crane operator, get in touch, because as you've just heard, Sean is now a complete bum with shit hair. So please get in touch if you're able to offer him a job. Love you, Shaunyboy. But does anyone else think it's absolutely wild that in this day and age, you can walk about and say that you agree with children being mutilated, that boys can be girls and girls can be boys? You can walk around and say that you identify as a fucking cat, and that's fine. But the moment you say, I don't know, man, we should probably do what we can to shield our children from those who come here and wish to harm them, or I don't know, maybe we should like really demand justice for women who are raped by people who quite frankly don't belong here, or maybe, you know, like other countries, we should have strong, robust borders and actually get to choose who we let in. And our governments should work for us. And I don't know, man, maybe I don't know where man's come from. I don't know, man. Maybe we should look to protect our elderly and our vulnerable and keep our community safe and bring back good old-fashioned principles and have pride in our country and fly our flag and be strong and outspoken. But that, well, as we've just seen, that's career-ending stuff right there. That's the truth of it here in the UK. Does no one else find that strange? Please let me know in the comments below. Okay, right. Let's leave Sean, his lack of employment and his shit haircut alone. He is going to beat me up one day, I swear to God. I think we're going to be meeting up soon, actually. I'm going to put something to him. Let's get serious. So, a few months ago, it came to light that Peter Mandelson, who has held a huge, and I mean huge range of senior appointments in government, he was caught having shindigs on Epstein Island, right? Now, when it all came to light, Keir Starmer said that Peter passed his vetting. God, I nearly had a Peter picked a pepper then. Peter passed his vetting, and that the Prime Minister had no idea what he'd been up to. Turns out, like most of everything that comes out of his mouth, it was a lie. It turns out Peter Mandelson actually failed the top-level security vetting before he was made UK ambassador to the United States. So, security experts said no, like, we can't have this guy because of the information they had on him. But Starmer, he went ahead and approved him anyway. Now, Keir Starmer told Parliament back in February that Mandelson had been properly cleared, but now we know that it was a complete and utter lie. The Lib Dems and the Tories are both saying if Starmer misled the House, he should resign. Everyone's calling for Starmer to resign. He won't, but everyone's calling for it. Downing Street says that the PM only found out about the failed vetting this week. And a statement from the government is supposed to be coming out any minute, and it's shaping up to be one of the biggest headaches of Starmer's time in office so far. And we have to kind of think about this from a security perspective as well. So Mandelson was involved with foreign powers. He failed vetting. He was caught in the Epstein files. And then, well, they still appointed him. our government, under the direction of Keir Starmer, still appointed him. People, surely by now we all see that there are dark, dark forces at play here, caught on an island where they raped, drugged, trafficked and tortured children for fun at parties. And rather than getting the full force of the law, he was given a senior, high-paid position where he was put on a taxpayer-funded £162,000 salary. These really are strange times, where it seems that the most nefarious and downright evil people are able to secure positions of influence and power and celebrity and are rewarded and awarded with brilliant things, while the rest of us, who are decent and just want what's best for our country, are demonised, attacked, and destroyed. It's wild. I am telling you now, evil, utter evil is at play here. Oh, also, let me just include this. The UK is preparing for shortages of chicken, pork, salad and other groceries this summer if the war in Iran continues, which it's going to, as we know. So at least we've got that to look forward to. And on that bright and... Oh, what have I just done there? I've just pressed a button. Now my screen's gone funny. Hopefully it looks all right on your end. With all of that said, please try and keep your chin up. Sorry it ended up on a bit of a downer. But look, better times are surely ahead. Surely it can't get any worse. Either way, we are Great Britain. Love you all very much. Catch you in the next episode.